Hi.
Hello.
Travell's got his glasses on. We're good to go here.
Fast forward, people stop!
Warning. Incoming game.
Mainframe is mine.
Oh my. Sprites, we need your help! Enzo, your zipboard.
Hack, slash, backspace now.
Scared, Mega Brit?
Alphanumeric!
Huh?
Bob, use glitch!
Glitch! Why? Thanks for the data.
Get him!
Way to go, Sprites!
Yes!
Reboot action figures, each sold separately.
Okay, we're the Hardly Working Hippies. I'm Jason Bateman. Not Batman. Wait, yes, Batman. Not Bateman the actor.
You messed up.
I did.
And I am Travell Bask.
Usually.
Sometimes I'm not, but, you know.
That doesn't matter right now, because right now he is.
So, I'm just going to kick it off with my topics, because
Go
I do
for
have
it.
more.
Yeah. I'll just
so,
throw mine in wherever I find
first
an
of all,
opportunity.
These are the parts I would cut out.
Nice snap. No, we're not cutting anything out this time.
Uncut.
Uncut, unedited. No, edited. We're editing this just in case. Anyways. Okay, you lent me the Doctor Who stuff.
Yes.
I'm always worried, like, because when I pull them out, you know, you put your finger on the middle piece, and you grab the edge of the disc and pull it out. But those ones, like, you can push down on the middle, but it doesn't really do anything. Most of
I
them.
don't remember on those ones.
Well, it doesn't. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay, because I've been doing it. It doesn't really do much. So I'm always worried that, like, the disc is going to snap. I know it won't, but I'm
takes
always
a lot to
worried.
snap a disc.
Yeah, I know, but I'm always worried because it comes up, and then it kind of just pops off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always worried. I'm like, oh no, what if it breaks? What if it snaps right in half? But, yeah, so...
No, I don't really...
I know it won't, but I still am worried that it will.
There are some DVDs cases that really are a pain to get off. Like, I don't know, those Doctor Who ones I don't remember having a problem with.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
But especially a lot of Criterion collection movies.
Oh, yeah?
They're a fancy DVD publisher.
Thanks. I had no idea what you were talking about.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was actually going to ask, but yeah.
They put out a lot of artsy movies and foreign movies.
Cool.
And sell them for a lot, but they're really high quality
Nice.
collections.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, a lot of the times it's a real big pain to get the disc off. Like
Nice.
out of the case.
Nice.
And then
Okay.
that's like the one drawback, and I really like what they release and stuff, but
Annoying.
it comes to the point where it feels like I'm gonna break this disc.
I don't want to break the disc. I want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Well, in my case, TV show, because I don't really watch movies. Don't have the attention span for that.
Yeah,
I don't.
TV shows.
Like,
You watch like 6 animes in a row, and then you're like, oh no, I don't have attention span to pay attention to a movie.
yeah, but no. Anime, I watch like a 20-minute episode, and then I get up, and I walk around. Like, even if it's just as much as walking out. Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk about this, so I'm just going to segue into it right now. Segue. Anyway, sorry. I'll get up, and I'll walk around, and I'll usually get some food, because whenever... specifically when I'm home alone, and there's no one there to stop me...
You eat a lot?
Not necessarily... Well, yeah, I eat a lot. But, like, I don't eat proper food. I'll eat chips
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
candy and just junk, whatever I can find type
I
thing.
do that most of the time, too.
Because-
Except I started drinking water.
Which is, of course, what my dad and I just call the munchies, because it's like, you eat.
Oh,
but
so
you're
that's
not
what
full.
your munchies topic is?
Yeah, that's the munchies. Yeah, so I'll just, like, I'll eat, and then I'll go back, I'll watch another episode, and I'll go out and eat again, and then I'll go, right? And it just breaks it up.
Okay.
Yeah, which, you know what? Last time, I said I was going to get to you said that you drank a bunch of water, and it cured your sore throat, or whatever, at work. I never actually got back to talking about that. When Dad and I watch Doctor Who, we usually watch, like, after supper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll sit down, and we'll watch Doctor Who. So, you know that big Spider-Man water thing that I got
Yeah.
when we went to see Spider-Man
Yeah,
2?
big cup.
Yeah, the big cup. Yeah, so I always use that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll have it beside me, and I always use it at the dinner table. I don't always bring it beside me. It's better when I don't, because I have extremely efficient kidneys, apparently.
Oh, so you pee a lot?
I pee a lot. So I'll, like, if I sit down with it, and when I'm sitting down watching TV or whatever, if I have it there, I'll just drink it. I don't need it,
That's,
I just drink it. It's just something I do.
That's with everybody. You
Yeah.
are more prone to eat and drink, especially stuff you shouldn't when you're watching TV.
And when you're just, like, even when you're just sitting around not doing anything.
Well, no,
In
not
particular.
even then. It's actually because TV distracts your mind.
Yeah.
And you don't understand. Because you're distracted by the TV, you don't understand that you're eating so much.
Yeah.
Or drinking so much.
Yeah, so I'll sit there, and I'll just sip away on my Spider-Man cup, and then, like, halfway through every episode that we watch, every 20 minutes or so, I have to get up and go to the washroom.
Yeah.
And my dad's just... And I always have the DVD remote, pretty much for that exclusive reason. I just always grab it, and I'll pause it, and he'll be like, already? Jason? Really?
Yeah, like,
I'm like, yes, leave me alone, don't judge.
if anything,
It's fun.
I almost prefer watching movies at home on DVD compared to a theater. Even though I
Because
like the
then you
theater
can pause it.
experience. Because especially if I get a big drink,
Yeah.
normally by the third act I have to pee, but for, I don't know, just me, unless it's a bad movie,
You don't want to miss it.
yeah, I don't leave, so I was like, I gotta pay.
Yeah, it depends on the movie.
Uh,
And I mean, if you yell, pause it! I need a pee! Then they're going to be like, no,
no.
miss it. And everyone's going to be mad at you for yelling in the middle of a movie. You would know, because you've done it. No, but
I
still.
haven't.
Yeah, you should sometime.
I'm a pretty respectful
You work
movie
there.
person.
Yeah, I know you are.
Movie watcher.
I know you are. Believe me.
I don't talk at all.
I know. I do.
Although
I whisper to people. If
I talk more recently in movies because I go with my girlfriend, which is a new thing. But
Yeah.
because it's no longer just me or me and my friends, I'm not always seeing movies I have particular high interest in.
Oh, right. She makes you watch those, like, chick flicks and stuff. I
What?
forgot about that.
No.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Normally it's comedies that I don't have much interest in or horror movies that are like, okay, I can skip this.
I don't care.
But like we went and saw As Above, So Below.
What?
It was a horror movie a couple weeks ago.
Sounds kind of...
It was,
I'm not a horror person.
yeah. It was, first of all, it was boring until the last act.
Woo.
And it was all found footage, which I don't like most of the time anyways.
Found footage.
That's like the person holding the camera
Oh.
in the movie and all you're seeing is what they film.
Oh.
Yeah. So there are exceptions, like I watched End of Watch a while ago, which was a cop movie filmed that way.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
And
Oh.
I love Blair Witch. But
Okay.
most of the time I don't get into that movie.
Yeah.
Type of movie. So for that one, like, she was kind of into it, and it was a lot of jump scares. Yeah. So I was like, I can really pass this. So
So you
had a
tried.
big drink and went to the washroom a couple times.
Nice. Speaking of going to the washroom.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm really.
Mid podcast. I will vamp.
I don't care. I'll be back. Quick. Don't worry.
I will drink my drink.
Just talk.
This is really entertaining for those listening, I know. Whoever you are. Maybe one of you, like Andrew. Our one listener.
Do you remember the uncut, unedited thing I said earlier?
Uncut, unedited.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're cutting that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think anybody needs to hear me urinating on the
Doubt
microphone.
they did, but
Did you?
It's not like we carried the microphone into the toilet with you.
Next time. Anyway.
This is Piss Podcast. We're talking about movies
Oh yeah,
and how I don't always see.
that topic
Wait,
that I
yeah.
have so much interest in.
What movies have you seen this year?
What movies have I seen? The Pacific Rim,
I meant
Guardians.
in,
of the,
I meant
oh,
in theaters.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean.
And X-Men.
Oh yeah, X-Men. Forgot about X-Men.
And was there any others?
Not that I remember. Nope.
Yeah, because like with the exception of X-Men, although you still went with friends,
Yeah.
you went to the other ones with me.
Yeah.
We
we
might have seen
bros.
others.
Did we?
We saw Bad Words.
Bad Words. Right. That was this year.
Yeah.
Feels like a long
February.
time ago. Oh, okay. So it was basically last year.
It's
Close,
not even
but not
November.
quite. Shut up. Whatever. It feels like a long time ago.
It was, but it was over 6 months.
What do you mean it's not even November? It's only beginning of October.
Yeah, I know, but I don't start thinking about like the end of the year till November-ish.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's fall. Whatever. I don't care. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I will join in later.
But most of the time, yeah, you go see a movie with me because I get the free pass. And
Yeah!
Unless you're really interested, you don't want to go see movies and pay for them.
Pretty much, yeah. Unless, yeah, that one time I went with friends. That was fun.
you guys were going to do another Guardians trip, weren't you?
We were, but it just didn't end up happening.
Yeah. As listeners would know, and Jason knows,
I know.
I watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
As of late.
Yeah.
So, with the Dragon Ball Z, something I meant to mention last time was Frieza's transformations.
Woo!
As I
This
remembered,
isn't even my final form.
as I remembered, the third form of Frieza is
Like
in
2 seconds.
It's after the commercial break. Frieza transforms, and for that episode, and then into the next episode, it transforms right before the commercial break again.
Wow.
So technically, a full episode of the third form of Frieza.
Wow. I didn't think it was that much.
Yeah, that's what I remembered it being. I was like, no, it can't be that. It can't be that long.
It was.
Or that short, rather.
Oh, okay.
Really. Being
So-
in that form.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like, I don't know. I always like the third form, even though it's pretty much a xenomorph from Alien ripoff.
Nice.
You know, they can make fun of that in Abridged. With, like, the second mouth. Ridley Scott's gonna sue somebody. And, I wanted to talk about the, like, kind of the things with the box sets. I was talking to
things?
Jake, and apparently these aren't the best DVD releases. I believe, I guess Kai is, even though it doesn't have all the episodes.
Doesn't it just get rid of the filler? Isn't that the idea?
Yeah,
of
that's
Kai?
what Kai is, and I believe they animated a new intro and it's new voice actors.
Oh,
But,
okay, so it's basically a totally different
It's
show.
a new dub. Yeah, except the animation of the actual bulk of the show is the same.
Oh, okay.
It's basically like an edited down version
Sweet. Okay, I was gonna ask.
with new voice actors.
Did you earlier? I kind of forgot. You said you were gonna start. You were planning on starting watching Attack on Titan soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so. I was just double checking because I kind of forgot.
Oh.
Yeah, because the dub's out now.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if it's. I assume it's out for the full thing, but.
Yep. Yeah. It is.
I just know DVD release. I don't think they came out with the second half of the show yet.
I saw it online. It's all out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine it
Yeah.
would be.
Yep. But yeah. So.
But with these DVDs,
DVD.
Jake told me they're the orange box ones, and if people know what they look like, they'll recognize them.
Yeah.
But apparently they're not the best because they actually crop the show a bit at the top and bottom. Apparently,
Really?
that's what Jake told me, and it is noticeable at one part,
Okay.
and that's with the Ginyu Force. Since Birder is so tall, he's honestly like mouth up is cropped off most of the time
Nice.
in like all their group shots.
Nice.
Which I don't know why they would crop it. Jake didn't tell me a reason. He just said that they do, and he's like, "That's not the best version out."
Jake, wow.
And I'm
Thanks,
like,
Jake.
well, it's older DVDs, so they're a bit cheaper. It's
True.
basically the main reason. And I already had the first 2 seasons of it on that set, so I may as well
Seriously,
be
screw it.
complete it.
Yeah.
And I like that on the sides. If you take off the slip cover,
Slipcover. Why?
that's the actual name of that.
No,
type
no, no.
thing.
No, I
Oh.
mean, why is it?
why is it
why
like
is it a
that?
thing?
If you take off the slip covers and you line all 9 seasons up, it makes a picture similar with the manga volumes.
Yeah.
And
Those 2 episodes of, or not episodes, those 2 volumes of One Piece that if you put it together, then it's like the Crocodile Crew and the Straw Hats facing each other off.
yeah, that's the front covers though.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's what I said.
Well, I was talking sides, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't care.
I wonder if we'll do that again.
This face, does it look like it cares? You can't tell. He can.
Yeah. Great for an audio podcast.
Yeah.
So, and then there's another thing which I only recently discovered on the DVDs
Oh, yeah?
is that so it's got one dub,
Okay. Yeah.
but there's 3 different audio selections. You can
Oh.
do the Japanese,
Nice.
and you can do
Classic.
the English,
Yeah.
which they call the US broadcast version,
Okay, sure.
which is the dub, but it's got new music that they aired it with,
Okay.
and it's got the dub with the original Japanese music.
Okay, cool.
Which, up until like the most recent disc I put in just to try it out, I've been listening to the original Japanese music version because that's just the default.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
With
then
the
you
dub.
found out,
And then I found out like it's got all the old American music,
and
and
it's awesome.
it's a big nostalgia trip because I'm listening to music that I'd forgotten about. That I'm like, oh yeah, and it's like music in the video games I played.
Nice.
Is a lot of the tracks.
Nice.
So it's a big nostalgia trip, and I like and dislike it.
Okay.
I like it because it's kind of like more rock music. It's instrumental, but it's like got a lot more electric guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
But I dislike it because it's on all of the time.
Wait, there's no breaks?
No, it goes from song to song to song to song.
Like, even when they're talking?
Yeah, there's always music in the background, which is
Okay.
frankly annoying.
Yeah. Yep. It would
Like,
be.
even if it's a good song. And the one frustrating bit is, at this point, Goku's in the healing pod.
This tickles. Ow. Ow. Ow.
He's in the healing pod, and every time they cut back to them, it's like the start of the song for that area. All
Area
the time.
music.
Yeah, it's mostly area music.
Area music.
And it's
That's
the start
awesome.
of the song every time it cuts to him, and that's
Wow.
really annoying to hear over and over again.
Wow. Wow. Fun.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I have to say about that.
Okay.
Was your other topic?
My other topic was about music. So
Oh,
we could
Ruby
just,
music.
Yeah, Ruby music. So that was, because I just bought the album.
Yeah, which
As
we
I-
said on the last
Yeah,
one.
we discussed
We
that.
discussed it briefly.
And then I remembered after that I wanted to talk about some of the symbolism in it, because specifically in Reds, okay, in the music for the Red trailer, it talks about the bit for Red that it talks about isn't really that big, but for White and Black especially, it's like White. It talks about, or it sings
The character
about,
of Weiss.
yeah, it's like cold and yearning. And burdened by the royal test, which makes sense, right? Because she's the daughter of the guy of the huge company
The
or
dust
whatnot.
manufacturers.
Yeah, so I can see that. And then it also, actually, if you listen to it, now that I know, but for somebody who didn't know, it kind of gives away that, which is,
It gives away
this is
plot
a sentence.
points.
It gives away that, I'm just going to say it, spoilers for Ruby.
Volume 1 or Volume 2?
Volume 1, near the end of Volume 1. It gives away that Blake is Faunus. Yep.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? The music for the Black trailer also does.
How
Cause
so?
okay, well in the Red trailer it talks about says something about I think a beast descending from shadows or something like that, and then in the Black trailer music, which is the song's called From Shadows, it talks about born with no life, into subjugation, treated like a worthless animal.
That's
That's
very
pretty
clear.
much. Yeah, and it's stuff like that. Like, it basically describes. It actually, most of the From Shadow stuff, probably, if you were to connect it to anything to do with Blake, would probably have to do. Because wasn't she in the White Fang at one point?
Yes.
Yeah, so it probably
Was
has
it
to do with
White
that.
Fang?
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's,
not
it's
sure
white.
white
It's
is
White
the
Fang.
color.
It's White Fang.
Okay.
Yeah. But so
Yeah.
it's kind of neat. I just noticed that since I've been
yeah.
listening to it a lot.
Honestly, with anime, which people get always in a hype about, Ruby's not anime.
Who cares?
Yeah. It's the same with Avatar and Airbender and Korra.
Yeah.
It's not anime,
Technically
but
it's
it
not,
is.
but it's
And
just
same
like
with Boondocks.
Yeah.
Although that one's not brought up nearly as much.
Yeah, it's
even
just
though it's anime
basically
style.
the American version of anime.
Yeah.
Because it's not really American cartoons either, because they're weird.
Mhm.
Most of them.
And they definitely have an influence from anime.
Yeah.
Not just in style, but in storytelling and things like that.
Yeah, but like the art style in American cartoons is really weird to me.
Especially in most recent years. I've discussed this with you before. I
Yeah.
really don't like modern animation style, like where it is right now. It just looks really cheap to me.
Yeah. Well, the thing.
Like, there's exceptions, like Adventure Time,
Adventure Time.
which has its very own style,
Yeah, it's decent.
and it's very different.
Yeah. But the thing that I don't like about American cartoons is that for some reason, all their characters have to look really weird. No, I'm not kidding.
Okay, but are you...
This is
anime?
Yes, but...
What's wrong with his hair?
Yeah, but anime's not quite the same, okay? It's different. Because, like, a lot of American cartoons, characters are animals. Right? They're not humans, they're animals. Specifically for kids shows, but...
Yes.
Even in the older shows, there's... Or older generation.
I'm having trouble remembering something, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
just Looney Tunes cartoons, that's a
Yeah,
old standby,
Looney
but I was
Tunes,
thinking
yeah.
more recent. I was trying to pick up something.
Yeah, and apart from that, like, American cartoons quite often, they just have weird...
Elements.
Not... Just characters, even.
Well-
like, just the character designs always look really strange.
I will say, with American cartoons, definitely the ones directed at kids,
Yeah.
which the majority of them is.
Yeah.
None of them are really slice of life.
No. Which
There's
is fun.
Plenty of slice of life anime, and
Yeah.
a lot of the time I do like those ones,
They're fun.
which are set in the real world, with no exceptions. But there is rarely an American cartoon, especially one directed at children, that has a slice of life angle reality. It's all like some weird cartoon world
Yeah.
with supernatural or superpowers or other things. Which not to slight against them, because I definitely like...
All that. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Like, whenever... Most of the time DC more than Marvel. Whenever DC comes out with a new comic book TV animated show, I'm more interested. Like a new Batman or something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I like that about American cartoons. But I will say they are generally... If it's not CG, which is another thing, there is...
Yeah.
Compared to anime, American cartoons rarely do...
CG.
No, sorry. American cartoons do a lot of CG,
Oh, okay.
full CG shows.
Oh, wow.
Compared to anime, I am not familiar with many anime that do full CG. There's definitely CG in them.
Yeah. Quite often. I don't know. CG in anime is a big thing. Because I don't mind it as long as it looks fine. But some of them just
lot
look
of the time it
awful.
doesn't.
Some of it just
Like,
looks so bad.
I love the animation in Brotherhood, but when you have a CG Envy, right? Is that the right character? It's been a while.
I'm not sure. It's been a while
Okay,
for me,
CG
too.
Envy in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood always looks really off to me.
That one wasn't so bad for me. That one I didn't actually really notice that much. The stuff that I really notice is like mech animes, especially space. Okay, anytime there's a spacecraft, lots
CG.
of people do CG. Lots of them have
Yeah,
CG
it's,
spacecraft, and it just looks so out of place.
Well, a majority of the time it is dated.
A few of them don't. A few of them don't look out of place, and they're fun. Like Vandred.
Mm-hmm.
Vandred did CG space stuff. It looked fine. Like, you could tell it was CG, but it didn't look bad.
Well, this is just with movies. Well, with movies and TV show in general, like a lot of early CG, and it goes for video games as well, which is one reason that Wind Waker
Oh, yeah?
isn't dated, or it doesn't feel dated when I played it on the GameCube a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's dated in some facts, like the system can't perform as well as when they HD it for the Wii U.
For the Woo.
But something that doesn't make it look dated is cell shading, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
basically single color per portion of a figure, or like I'm having trouble saying it.
struggling.
Imagine a cube per se,
Yeah.
just a basic cube. As long as they keep it one color on each side of the cube, it looks better than when they do like a gradient color.
Yeah.
And especially with older CG, which is one reason it looks dated, or even new CG that's like really bad, they use gradient, and it doesn't look as good.
Yeah.
I watched this movie, The Last Starfighter,
Oh,
which is from the 80s.
that sounds silly.
It was kind of silly, but it had a lot of early CG. And with the exception of a few backgrounds, which were like the gradient landscapes,
Yeah.
the CG was cel-shaded, and it didn't look that bad.
Cool.
Same with Tron.
Tron. I've never watched, like, Tron Ultimate or whatever it was.
The Legacy.
Yeah, Legacy.
Anyone?
Whatever it was on the plane when we went to Italy.
Okay, well, that's new CG.
Yeah, I know, but
And
I'm
it
just saying
looks
that's
better.
the only Tron I've seen.
Okay. But with the old one, although a lot of it wasn't CG, it was actually animated.
Nice.
But they used gradient, or not gradient, they used single colors, and it looks better.
It looks beautiful.
And, I will say, with Ghost in the Shell, standalone complex,
the
they
movie
do
or
a-
the show?
standalone complex is the show.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know
Okay,
all my Ghost in the
okay,
Shell.
yeah.
Haven't got there yet.
They have robots that are cel-shaded,
Robot.
and they look fine.
iRobot.
Cel-shaded CG, and they look fine in the show.
Yeah.
Even
Is
though the
iRobot
show is
made
like...
by Apple? Sorry. Continue. My bad.
But the opening is a full CG, and it looks dated, but it's not that bad, actually.
Cool.
Even though they use the gradient and not the cel-shading, which I've been praising this whole moment,
Nice.
this whole talk.
Okay.
So cel-shaded CG doesn't ages way better than gradient type stuff.
Cool.
That's my point.
Nice.
I'm not sure where we started on with that.
Oh
Yeah, American cartoons use
Yeah.
CG. Like
Yeah. Okay.
I love Reboot, and it was the first ever CG all
What's
CG
Reboot?
show. It was a cartoon from the '90s about people like a computer,
Oh, okay.
people in the computer.
Bloop bloop.
Like no, they weren't actual people transported in the computer. They were like computer programs. They were called.
Doctor Who. Sorry. Anyway, yeah.
And
computer programs.
it was the first full CG show.
Nice.
And it was, I love it, even though a lot of the CG is dated because they didn't use cel shading.
Okay.
That was basically my example. Is
so
they didn't use cel
basically,
shading, so it doesn't look as great as it could have.
So basically.
Although I still think the story is good enough reason to watch it.
Okay. Neat. What was your next?
Next topic.
Because that was both mine. We're done with mine. That's all I had. Unless I come up with something else on the fly.
Probably will.
On the fly! Speaking of flying, I've been on a plane for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we went to Italy, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
That was
3 years ago?
no,
More. 3.5.
4 or 5.
3.5. End
Sure.
of grade 9.
Fine.
So 3.5.
3.5 years.
Yeah. That was the last time I went on a plane anywhere.
I went on one. Was it Mexico? I guess it would have been Mexico.
Yeah.
Not this spring.
That was like last year.
Last spring.
Yeah.
Because I turned 17 in Mexico.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did too.
Then we
Or
got
didn't-
back and watched Jurassic Park in 3D.
That's right. I remember that. And then this year, for your 18th, we played hide and go seek in the dark.
Were you here?
Yeah.
I thought you worked during that.
No,
Oh,
that was fun.
that was fun. It was the
We
best
watched Jaws
18th
and then
birthday.
yeah, we
ever.
watched Jaws and then we played hide and go seek in the dark with music playing
And
Creepy
no
music.
alcohol.
And no alcohol. So yeah, you know,
Although, I think Jake was the only other.
life
Jake
goals.
and Emmanuel.
Life goals.
Mhm.
That's my life goals. It's on there, along with working on trains and stuff like that. Fun stuff.
Wait, what?
What?
What is...
Working
Okay, I know
on-
the train thing, but
Yeah.
what is your life goal for this? To have hide and go seek in your house when you turn 18, or...
No, just I don't know.
I'm not sure what you meant by that statement then.
Pretty much alcoholless
Oh.
was the big one I was going for.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop tapping my phone now because that's
That'll be background noise. That is annoying.
background noise.
Okay, so my next topic was comic books,
Comic books.
which I've been reading.
Comic books.
I've been reading a bit of lately, just
Sledgehammer.
catching up. One story I read was Sledgehammer 44, which is a Mike Mignola story,
Neat.
and especially I really liked it. It's basically a Hellboy spinoff, or in the same universe.
Neat about.
About this World War II soldier
With three
Iron
eyes.
Man type thing.
With 3 eyes.
That's just the design.
Are you my mom?
He's basically an Iron Man in World War II
so
type
he's like,
suit.
okay, cool,
And the first story has this really awesome art,
nice.
which was a departure from most of... Because for most of the Hellboy stuff, it is... Well, recently it's been done by Mike Mignola himself again.
Nice.
Like, he started it, and then he gave it off to an associate of his, who actually copied his style pretty well.
Cool.
But you could tell it was someone different. And but he recently went back to doing the art himself. And for like the other stories, BPRD, they've pretty much had this one artist and his style going on.
Cool.
But to read a story like that and not have either of them really related, it's just kind of a weird cartoony style.
I see. It looks like the style for the Bone series almost.
Yeah, it could almost be.
Similar. Like, especially the shading and stuff.
There's a real sketchbook style work to it.
Yeah.
Which I like. Even though like Magnola's work better. And then there's and then the second story is more this. It's a lot of heavy shading, but with the sketch type style too. It was a really interesting story.
Okay.
And then the other comic I recently read or reread
Batman.
with other stories is Mad Love.
Excuse me.
There we are. I was having trouble speaking because I was like coming up. I was like, okay, it's gonna happen. And I'm like running out of breath trying to do it.
This is going to happen. This is going to happen right now.
But it's Mad Love, which is a story by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. And my lovely girlfriend went to a convention and picked this book up for me and got signed by Bruce Timm
Nice. Wait, when was that?
last weekend
And where was it?
in Edmonton.
Whoa, your girlfriend went to Edmonton? She has a life?
Yeah,
Apart
more
from
than
just
me.
hanging out with you?
Yeah,
Going to work and then, yeah.
but I love the story Mad Love. It's a very good story. It's about Harley Quinn and the Joker and their abusive relationship.
Okay.
It's pretty dark at times.
That sounds kind of hilarious, too. But
It's dark comedy at best.
dark.
And it's got some other stories which I hadn't read, which were really interesting.
Nice.
Especially one, if you're familiar with Archie comics.
Oh, yeah. Kind of, sort of.
There's a short bit in one here that is done by an Archie comics artist.
You can definitely tell.
Like that's Harley Quinn, and she basically looks like Betty from the Archie comics,
Yep.
which I found really interesting
Cool.
to like have that in a Batman story of all things.
Hey, it's a scary crow.
Scary crow, a scarecrow, one might say.
One might say.
But the majority of the book, the artwork is done by Bruce Timm, and he's one of my favorite artists.
Nice.
It's always fun to see.
And it's signed, so that's pretty cool.
And
Well,
it's
initialed.
It
It counts.
is
Counts.
so wonderful bit of comics I've read recently.
Wonderful. Is that other one from the library?
Yeah.
Nice. Sledgehammer
I
from the
would've bought it.
library. Whoa. Okay. Well,
okay,
I
I
didn't
would've
notice
read
the
it first and
I didn't notice the public library stamp on the bottom, but I noticed the stuff on the side.
The stickers on the
Yeah,
side.
the cataloging stickers on the side. Wow. Smooth.
Anything bringing to mind for topics for you? You don't really read comics, do you?
Oh not
Or
really.
you read manga
No,
on
not-
occasion.
Oh, man, excuse me. Okay.
I'm sorry to bore you.
Yeah, don't worry about it. No, I do read a little bit of. Man, I've been trying to read. Okay, so I started reading Air Gear after I finished the series in like the beginning of this year.
That was many months ago.
That was a long time ago. I have been on the same chapter. I haven't like even looked at it since like a month before summer started or something. Just haven't gotten to it. I also started reading the History's Mightiest Disciple Kenichi.
Now I'm going to be real professional and go use the washroom.
Sweet. Okay.
Keep talking.
Yeah, so I started reading History's Mightiest Disciple Kenichi because I rewatched the show and I really liked it. But I haven't really done that much either, read it much. What was the other one I was reading? I don't know. I feel like there was another one I was reading. Oh yeah, Naruto. Yeah. Which, I read a chapter weekly because that's when it comes out. So that's fun. I was going to transition into something with this, but I forgot what it was. Oh. Awkward silence. Don't tell Travell. But I could hear him pissing. I hope he doesn't listen to this before he publishes it. We're so professional. Yeah, so I was reading History's Mightiest Disciple Kenichi, so that's fun. But I haven't really read much of it.
I didn't hear you much. Did you just go silent?
No.
Okay, you
not
were
really.
talking through that.
I was talking a bit. But yeah, so I was reading History's Mightiest Disciple Kenichi.
Yeah.
And I read like 10 chapters of it or something, and I haven't really read any more since then. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, Air Gear.
Naruto.
And Naruto, yeah. But Air Gear's fun. I just kind of haven't gotten around to it recently. I've just been watching anime and other stuff, so. But yeah, and I learned something at work the other day. Something. You know when you're about to sneeze, and then you think, but you can't quite get there?
Mm-hmm.
Look at a light. Like, if you just look at a light, or if you're outside, look towards the sun, it'll make you sneeze.
Did Emmanuel tell you that?
No.
He said something. He told me once that like bright lights make him sneeze.
Yeah. Bright lights make you sneeze, and you can take advantage of that because you're like, and you're about to sneeze, and then you're like not going to, and if you just look at you look up at a light or something, it'll make you sneeze.
Weird.
I actually did it on the way here while I was driving. I was like, and then
Where is the sun?
I looked over towards the sun, and I was like, and then, oh, that feels much better.
Life hack.
Yeah, life hack. Life hack. Life hacks are fun. You can get, speaking of life hacks, you can get extra time on an exam by breaking your dominant arm. So, if you need extra time to finish that exam, just snap your arm before it, not during it, then you'll just end up at the hospital.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, but, that's not really a life hack. Just break your arm. Go for it. Enjoy.
There's a lot of things.
Enjoy your extra exam time.
There's a lot of things you can get extended or miss completely by breaking your arm.
True. Okay.
So...
Yeah.
You talked about manga.
I talked a bit about manga. And then the light lights. Excuse
Wow.
you. You
I
are
am-
full of air.
And
man.
we are professional as
Are you floating?
Floating, so full of air. Another thing I wanted to talk about was it would have been not last night, but the night before I watched the movie American Beauty.
Sweet.
1999's Best Picture winner.
Okay.
And I don't go too much into it, but it was a movie I really enjoyed, and part of that was it was written by Alan Ball, and he later on went and created and wrote 6 Feet Under.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is a series I love.
Thanks. Yeah, I was just going to say, I have no idea who that is.
Which is
6
a series I
Feet
love.
Under.
I love to death for great comedy, great performances, and everything.
Oh.
But
Okay. So
in a way, like it's completely different characters, but it almost feels like it could be in the same universe.
6 Feet Under?
Yeah, in
Nice.
that weird way, which you come across with some writers and stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
Like it was a 6 Feet Under movie without being 6 feet under. If that makes sense.
Classy joke. Sorry. Anyways.
So I watched it and I really enjoyed it, and then I noticed that Nostalgia Critic had put a video out on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I really liked it. I'm wondering what he has to say about it. I also thought it was a full review, which would have meant he didn't think it was good. It was just a short editorial where he talked about mostly how it was more relevant. He believed it was more relevant to 1990, like a little time capsule of that moment.
Yeah.
In middle class America, with nothing to do, nothing generation sort of thing.
Quite.
And so a lot of the stuff I disagreed with. I was like, okay, that's his opinion, and that doesn't get me mad, really. When it came to by the video, I was like, okay, I disagree with him, but it's still fine, his opinion.
Yeah.
And then he does a really insulting joke at the end. He finishes it off with saying, like, it's an alright movie, but I think it's dated. But did give us one thing. It showed this actress's boobs off.
Wow.
He ended the video on that, and I thought that was really...
Nostalgia Critic, what are you doing?
It was, I finally understood the hate, like a lot of people talk about with his new reviews. Like, kind of his writing. it's gone back to an older style, which is not as good.
Wow.
Which it made me feel sad that he put a joke like that in there.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I still don't know much about movies,
Nah.
but
It
classy.
was a joke I did not appreciate.
Not
And
appreciated.
Made me realize probably why people don't like his new reviews. And I've not actually kept up with him that much anyways. Just kind of like watching here and there.
Yeah. I don't. I know. Right?
At all.
Yeah, no. I don't really watch any of his stuff. Because I don't watch movies, really.
No, you don't.
Thanks.
I've done a lot of talking this one, and I'm honestly seeing why people have trouble doing podcasts. They like run out of breath and voice,
Yeah.
especially
Well,
with me being half sick.
if I came up with more topics, then.
Yeah,
But
I've done a lot of time. It's just the Travell cast.
Yeah, I got nothing on
Special
this one.
guest Jason.
Yeah, co-starring, not co-starring.
Not even co-starring.
And
Special
cameos
guest
by-
appearance.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much to say this one.
Yeah,
because
You're
nothing
doing
much
them
is.
back to back.
Yeah, nothing much has
I
happened
remember
to me
another
recently.
topic I will talk about after this.
Okay,
Um,
is it something I can relate to?
not really.
Okay, because that's been the biggest problem here is I've got nothing to say because 90% of what you've talked about I have no relation to, like comic
We
books
went off
and movies.
about anime for a while.
True, but apart from that, we could talk about anime. I got lots to talk about there.
Sorry, no.
Another side note.
Side note of a side note.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm going to complain about Skyrim for a bit.
A game that is
A game
3
that is
years old,
a
but
game
you
that
will
is
still complain about.
3 years old and loved by many. I'm going to complain about it for a bit because I hate it. No, I don't hate it. I dislike it quite often because everything in that game is based on combat.
And the combat sucks.
The combat is garbage. Okay? Like, you can be there and you're facing off against this dude and then you back up and you're like a meter away from him and he's got a sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he swings and it clearly goes like in front of you, a foot or so in front of I'm doing
But
an
you
action
still take damage.
and you still take the hit.
Okay,
And
so the hitbox is weird.
as well, the shield, well,
Mm-hmm.
blocking in general doesn't work. It does nothing. Well, I mean, it'll reduce the damage a little bit, but not
That's it.
not anywhere near like if you actually blocked a sword with
Okay,
a shield.
so the melee combat sucks.
Melee
Having
com-
not played the game, is like the magic combat still good?
The magic combat is
Better?
arguable, I have to say, because I tried it.
No, do you
Unless
really
you
play with it?
unless you trained your character like exclusively in it and got all your magic up as high as it could go. Like I tried using destructive stuff for a while, destruction magic. So like fire blast spells type stuff. Doesn't do hardly anything. Like the damage on it just
Okay.
it just didn't do much to me. But I didn't start using it until later in the game, right? So it might have just been my weak magic against stronger opponents. It was useless. But yeah, so I don't really like the magic, so I stayed away from the magic. The melee, the bow and arrow is all right, but you know it's not really fast. It's not something that you can use all the time. So yeah, it kind of just got to the point where I was whatever, and I kind of just stopped playing it after that.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just me, of course. But
That game came out 3 years and people are still playing it.
true, yeah.
So there's that.
Oh yeah, the new one's coming out, or it's going to be coming out like next year sometime.
Didn't they do like the Elder Scrolls Online? Or
Elder Scrolls
is that
on
the new one?
Elder
Or is it-
Scrolls Online is just like
It's an MMO.
Yeah, an MMO. You know what's fun to say? VR MMO RPG. VR MMO
Virtual reality,
massively multiplayer online role-playing game. That's what I'm waiting for. Anyways, but yeah, it's just an MMO. Apparently, it's not. Well, from what Emmanuel says, it's not very good. Or he doesn't.
I
it'll
think
be
that's
very
what I've heard as the general opinion
Yeah.
as well.
good. Yeah, and
A lot of hype for not that great.
yeah. But they did say that the next one, The Elder Scrolls 6, is going to be coming out like next year sometime.
Okay.
Probably, I think it's late next year.
They could do like an 11-11-11 again.
11-11. Well,
That's the
no, they
Skyrim
can't.
release.
Yeah, I know, but they can't do it again.
Why not?
Well, there's not going to be any 15-15-15.
Right.
Yeah.
2015.
12 was
I know.
12 was it for
I was
that.
missing up on something. Like I started thinking about that, and I was like, "Why can't they do it again?"
Yeah.
And I was tripping up on something, and that's the year.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
And I guess the last thing I'll talk about is the new movie coming out will be Dracula Untold,
Oh, cool.
which from the trailers doesn't look that great.
Frankly.
Have you seen the trailer at all? You might have.
No.
Guardians. Okay.
Don't think so. Not that I
Basically,
remember.
it's Dracula is a knight or a king or something. And this enemy of, it looks like Arabic nature, like this army
okay.
wants to recruit his son for whatever reason, and he's like, no. So he kills a bunch of people.
Wait, is his son
Alucard, I don't know.
in this Alucard?
I don't know. They
Okay.
didn't give a name in the trailer.
Okay, just checking.
And that would be weird.
Well, it would, but you said before when we were talking
Yeah,
about it,
I
that
know.
sometimes
With
that's
Dracula,
Richard-
his son technically, or most of the time, is named Alucard, but I don't know if that's like a name he gave him, because it is weird to name your son the
your name
backwards
backwards,
version.
like me naming my son Nosage.
Yeah. So that would be weird. I don't know if it's a given name or if it's one he chose type thing.
Oh, okay. I just totally chained myself into a new topic here that I'm going to talk about when you're done.
We are running out of time though.
Okay, well,
If we
finish
want an
that.
hour podcast.
Finish fast.
Okay.
Is that all you had to say?
No, the trailer doesn't look that great. Like he kills some guys, and then like the army is like, "We'll be back." And I don't know why his son is so important that they're willing to take down him and his family in this castle. But then he's like, "I need the power of the undead," and he goes finds this master vampire, like the original vampire, which messes with the lore because Dracula is supposed to be one of the original vampires.
Okay. Brilliant.
But he gets sired, and then he becomes just this fighting force, which sorta lives in the day. I don't know. It looks like he can kinda exist during daylight, but kinda not.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that good a movie, but I don't know. I might see it. Anyways,
Okay.
on to your final note.
I think I just forgot what it was.
Okay. Do you want to just end it here?
Yeah, I'll listen to the end of this and remember, and then I'll talk about it next time.
All right. So
I'm going to need
you can follow me, Travell Bask, at Twitter at askew. Crap, is it askew glasses or is it askew_glasses?
I don't know. It's your Twitter, not mine. I don't even have Twitter on here.
It's either at
I'll look
askew
it up. Just give me a
glasses.
sec.
I feel dumb.
Okay, you can follow me, Jason Bateman, on my Tumblr, which is acepilot00.tumblr.com or whatever it's supposed to be.
I believe it's that, yeah.
Yeah, so acepilot00 on Tumblr. I post
And-
anime mostly and stuff like that, so, fun.
I have Tumblr as well, but I don't use that much, so if I'm going to plug anything, I'll plug my Twitter.
Okay, yeah, you're askew_glasses.
Okay, so
Underscore,
it's at
sorry.
askew_glasses.
Yeah.
And I tweet regularly. I don't know, maybe
Really?
once or twice a day. So that'll be
time
the
is
end
it?
of this.
Yeah,
All right,
we're good.
bye.